Hey guys, Level Zero here, and today I have a video on Activision forcing Treyarch to do these microtransactions. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you guys don't play Black Ops 3, basically what it is in that game is you get to buy these supply drops, and instead of just getting like these weapon skins like CSGO and battle packs and Battlefield 4, if you ever bought those, I never bought them, don't judge me. But instead of getting those, you can get actual weapons. Weapons like the MP40, you can get like crossbows, you can get like DMRs that two-shot you and one-shot you to the head from all ranges, stuff like that. So in this video, it's kind of crazy to me that like this will happen, but let's just get straight into this. And reading on the Reddit post, I kind of skimmed through it, but what I realized is that like Activision is all about the money. If you guys don't know, they released a version of Black Ops 3 for $60 on the last gen. Crazy to me. Oh, like maybe it's $50 in the States or something like that, but it's crazy to me. It's $60 and it's like I don't know if I can show screenshots. I might show screenshots, but it's terrible. Like the difference is terrible. I actually might link a video if you like press the I thing. I might link a video to another guy's channel or another guy's video where it's like crazy. Like I can't believe that, like they would even do this. But the graphics are terrible. Like it's PS2 version graphics. And it's like what's crazy to me is like I know the PS3 is old and Xbox 360 is old, but like the way Black Ops 2 looked compared to Black Ops 3 on last gen, it's just crazy. Like they could have just reused the textures. Like I think a lot of people would have been a lot happier if they just reused textures from past games rather than just use a different engine and just nuke the game because that's what they did. Like it's terrible. Like you don't get single player, you don't get zombies. Don't quote me on that. And even if you do get zombies, you only get one map. So and you get free one. Actually, I think you do get zombies. I think you do. Like, wait, I don't even know. I'm not sure. I know you get multiplayer. You don't get weapons, the paint shop. Where you can make your own custom camos. You don't get arena mode, which is understandable. You don't get. You don't get. I don't think you can get skins. I don't think you get. Oh my god, I can't talk. I don't think you can get supply drops for the last gen. And I don't quote me on the zombies, but even if you do get zombies, you only get one map, and then the final thing is you don't get DLC. Now the problem with this is that one zombies map, which is unheard of in any Treyarch game, you get like I don't think you get Nuketown on last gen. Naturally, you don't get Nuketown on last gen. So pretty much you get like maybe 8 maps to forever, and you get one zombies map and free one, and I think Dead Ops Arcade. I don't know, but some people might be like, well, for $60, that seems like a good deal. Well, no, most people like me, I like Call of Duty for the campaigns, and then I'll play the heck out of the multiplayer. If there's no campaign, it kind of just has a Titan's Fall aspect in my mouth. It just leaves a bad taste, and it just gets really boring. Even though people can nowadays, people can just like watch the whole campaign walkthrough through YouTube. It still doesn't justify it not putting in a campaign. And also, I get why they didn't put in a campaign, but like at this point could you not have just not released it on last gen rather than just doing it for the money and releasing a terrible version of it on last gen? Let's get that out of the way. I just wanted to put that in there. Now, in the Reddit article, they basically say that the game as of June, like actually, let me start off by saying like in AW when like supply drops first like released, it was never like I don't think it was. They said it was never a part. It was never like a monetary transaction type thing. They say it was all Activision's idea, and like sooner or later in like the Black Ops 3, they wanted to redo this. Now, keeping in mind, David Vonderhaar did not want to put that in there because he knew where it was going to lead. Now, Activision, he says as of you know, around E3, around the time before the game released, it was already finished. Like the game was done, like it was finished, you know, like, yeah, and that type of stuff. Now, in the article, according to the article, it claims that Activision, a PR or some like that from Activision came down and said, hey guys, we need to add in back in these supply drops. We looked at the final version of your game and we noticed it doesn't have that. You guys would make a lot more money if you guys put in these supply drops. And so Vandahar doesn't have a choice when it comes to the big boys at the top, if you will, making these kind of shots. So they had to put it in. And at first, I think the first week, it was just like weapon skins and camos, and they said, well, and weapon camos, and I think melee weapons. I don't know when the melee weapons came in because I didn't have Black Ops 3 at the time, but soon and after, apparently they made a lot of money, but they didn't make as much as supply drops the last year. So what they Activision said again is that you guys need to add in game-changing weapons, or no, not weapons, game-changing stuff into these supply drops. We all know what that meant. We all know what he means. Like, it's no deal. And Vondar again, according to the article, tried to say no, you guys, like no, we're gonna lose our fan base if you do that. Activision kind of just said, I do not care, do it. So they did it again, and then as you guys all know, we all hate Treyarch now for like not doing this. And I think it's a good idea this guy posted this article because I think it like alleviates the hate from Von Har and Treyarch, because I know a lot of people, including me, thought it was just Treyarch doing this, and like it's kind of crazy to me. But let me finish. So after that, they added it in, and then they got all this hate, and and then in the article it states that they had a set DLC plan. It doesn't state specifics, but I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say the season's pass holders, because like God, we're supposed to get access to these weapons, and if you didn't have the season's pass, you may have been able to buy it like a month later through like a DLC, like or a DLC type thing, or you can buy a bulk of them for like something like that. So I think that's what was supposed to happen. You were already supposed to get like some of the weapons like in the DLC pack, but then they just switched it to like supply drops behind a paywall. I don't know if I already explained this, but if you don't know what the supply drops are, it's kind of like we can get these weapons and stuff. You can get weapons, DLCs, and stuff like that. Not DLCs. You can get weapons that often two-shot. You can get like camos, emblems, dynamic camos, specialists, type things. And it states in the article you're gonna be getting two new specialists. It said it was planned, but he said he doesn't know if it would ever become a reality. And yeah, now let me state that in the article it also does say that when you buy these supply drops, it never goes to the developers, it goes straight to the top, like the shareholders, like that type of stuff. Because these guys just are workers for like a larger incorporation. So if you think about it, all that money isn't going to Vandahar, or it's not going to like the devs, the ones who make the game. It's going to the big boys at the top, like the guys that are the shareholders, the the people that invest in Activision, the CEOs, the workers for Activision, that type of thing. The developers are on a salary. They don't get any extra things that they put in the game. So supply drops do not count. They just get a set salary. Now that salary can be high, it could be low. We don't know what the salary is. It doesn't mention it. I think that's something to keep in mind the next time. The next time you want to criticize a developer, like, and I'm not, this does not just go out to like Activision and Treyarch. This goes out to Dice. It goes out to like Bethesda. It goes out to everybody, like Tom Clancy. It goes out to everybody. So when developers add in a certain thing that you don't like, that you may think is pay to win, think about it next time that those developers are on a salary and are often told by the big boys at the top to do these type of changes, quote unquote. I'm doing what my hands, I'm doing the notion. But yeah, those type of things. Like they're on a set salary. They do not get extra for adding in, Easter eggs. They don't get money for adding in these cool little stuff like that makes the community work together and try to find these little type of things. Battlefield is a great example of this. The Nuketown Easter eggs that they've been putting in Nuketown for the past three iterations of Black Ops is a great notion. I don't think that there's any in Infinity Ward games, and I don't think there's any in Sledgehammer. But then again, I never really looked. But yeah, so that's just my video for today. Just a little food for thought. Try not to like rage out at Activision, and if you are, you should be at Activision or at ATVI assists on Twitter, not Vondahar. So I know in my last video I did say like Vondahar, why you do this? Why do you have these pay to wins? And I think I might take that video down now because now we know the truth. As always, guys, this is Level Zero. Subscribe for new videos, and I will catch you in the next one.